जय जय नवल किशोर, जय गोपी चित चोर प्रभो, जय जय माखन चोर, जय जय माखन चोर। श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की, श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की। उपस्थित भगवत कथा अनुरागी पधारे हुए भक्त वृंद, इस सभा को परम सुशोभित करने वाले हमारे अंतर्राष्ट्रीय कृष्ण भावनामृत संघ इस्कॉन के वरिष्ठ भक्त गण,
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Sri Prabhupada, Guru and Goranga. I extend my warm greetings and obeisances to all the senior Vaishnavas of ISKCON Society of ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. I also extend my warm greetings and welcome to all the devotees who have gathered on Zoom platform, also on YouTube and Facebook. And I extend my special welcome and also warm greetings to the host family who have organized this wonderful katha in the loving memory of Shri Damji Devji Soni from London, Naveen Bhai and Ranjan Ben, the son and daughter-in-law to late Damji Devji Soni, Ramesh Bhai and Murli Ben, the son and daughter-in-law to late Damji Devji Soni, from Australia, Arvind Bhai and Indra Ben, the son and daughter-in-law to late Kanji Damji Patni, and from Nairobi, Shubha, wife to late Prabhudas Damji Patni. And it's a great fortune for me that Prabhudas Bhai Ji is also present in the Katha. I offer my obeisances to Prabhudas Bhai Ji. Prabhudas Ji Prabhu is the one who had hosted the Ram Katha from Vrindavan Dham, and millions of people had become a witness to that Katha. You see, this is one entire extended family who has contributed hugely to the humankind. So today, let us take the benefit of the wonderful motives of this family. Now, do you all have some sources? Sources in the sense of transportation, like a conveyance or something? So imagine a situation that if you need to go from place A to place B, and let's say B is your destination. So if you need to travel to destination B, so this car would be your source to travel to a destination B. So sitting on the source of car, travel to a destination which is B. Similarly, in our life, the source is used to achieve what? To achieve the destination. For example, in order to run the life, so running the life is the destination or the objective. If to eat or to have meals is the destination or the ultimate objective, then preparing the meal is the source. So, in order to achieve the destination or the objective, sources which are utilized or the sources which are used to reach the destination, so that source is actually your via media through which you achieve your destination. In today's katha, I shall be talking about 4 sources or the via media. So now you see, we have just begun this new initiative wherein we start our katha with a wonderful thought of the. So let us now focus on thought for the day.
किसी स्थान पर पहुंचने के लिए कार मोटर कार एक साधन है जीवन
So your car is a source to reach a particular place. Business is a source to run the life. Similarly, in order to achieve the 4 objectives, 4 sources have been talked about on 4th of August, right? So let's pay attention to this. So kindly focus on the shloka at the bottom of your screens. Daksha means being humble, being magnanimous. So sometimes some people have magnanimous heart. They're very, very humble. So such people are called as Daksha. In the 10th skand of Srimad Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj went on to raise a question to Sukdev Goswami. And the question was, why at all Lord Krishna was born at the house of Nand Baba? Sukdev Goswami says, the reason that Lord appeared at the house of Nand Baba is as follows. The reason was that Nand Maharaj had a magnanimous heart. He was very, very humble. Those who are very humble at heart, magnanimous at heart, only in such hearts shall God appear. So you see, you know that our Lord is real huge and magnanimous, isn't it? So he shall only be able to appear in a magnanimous heart, isn't it? So if your heart is really huge and that it is full of humility, then only then Lord would be able to accommodate himself in your heart. If some people have narrow heart, narrow behavior, conservative behavior, so God will never be able to accommodate in such narrow, conservative hearts. Now, if you're not being humble, if you do not exhibit magnanimity in your conduct, and that your heart remains quite narrow in approach, then what happens? Heart attack. The heart stops working. And then that is the end of the life of an individual. That's the reason our Shastras goes on to advise us that with big heart, huge heart, magnanimous heart, we should go on to attain the Lord. So humility is basically a via medium or a source to achieve the objective.
उदारता रूपी साधन को इस्तेमाल करोगे
So this humility
साध्य कर पाओगे
is certainly a source with the help of which you would be able to establish the objective. And what is that
जीवन
objective?
में उदारता रखने से धर्म्यम हम धर्म को पालन कर पाएंगे
By being
धर्म का
humble
उदारता
and by
से होगा,
practicing humility,
संकीर्णता से
one is able
होगा,
to
संकुचित मन से नहीं होगा।
practice the righteous behavior.
सो धर्म को प्राप्त करने का साधन है दाक्ष्यम उदारता
So humility is the source
धर्म को प्राप्त कर सकते हैं आगे कहते हैं
to attain
दानं
righteousness.
एकम पदम यशः
Further, it is said in the shloka that
और दान रूपी
charity
साधन पर
is also a source or a medium.
में दान करोगे तो साध्य की क्या
So if you practice charity,
साध्य की प्राप्ति होगी
then you will be able to establish the objective of fame.
पदम यशः दान रूपी साधन यश रूपी साध्य को प्राप्त करा देता है
So by way of charity, you'll be able to establish fame for yourself.
दान यश को प्राप्त कराता है आगे कहते हैं सत्य
Further, it is said that
स्वर्गीयम भक्तों स्वर्ग के बहुत सारे अर्थ हैं आप स्वर्ग माने सीधे वो ऊपर जहां
now
देवराज
there are many meaning to this term heaven. So the simplest meaning that appears to each one of us is the court of Indradev and the Apsaras singing and dancing.
ऊपर की ओर
So you see, when this term
सत्यम
Swargiya is prefixed to a name, it means what? That the person has gone to
करें
the upper skies.
साधन पर यदि
So heaven basically means
तो सत्य रूपी
if
साधन से हम स्वर्गीय लोक
one follows
को प्राप्त कर सकते हैं
the path of truthfulness.
सत्य
So this
मात्र इतना
truthfulness conduct will lead you to attain Vaikuntha.
गलत नहीं बोलना चाहिए ये तो है ही लेकिन ये
So
बेसिक डेफिनेशन है
being truthful does not just mean that you should not be lying or cheating something,
छोटी डेफिनेशन है
but there is a wider meaning to this term.
पूछा गया
When Lord Shiva was asked
क्या है
that what is the definition of truth or being truthful, then Lord Shiva replied,
मैं अपना सत हरि भजन जगत सब सपना
so Lord Shiva replies to Parvati Devi, O Uma, let me share my experience with you.
हरि का भजन राम कृष्ण या विष्णु की भक्ति ही सत्य है बाकी सब स्वप्न के समान है
So Lord Shiva said, O Uma, O Parvati, let me share my own experience with you, that singing and chanting the holy name of Krishna, Ram and Vishnu is the only truthful thing. Rest all is fake, rest all is unreal. So one must practice truthfulness and exhibit truthfulness in their behavior. So if truthfulness is exhibited and exercised by a person, then one is able to attain Golok Vrindavan. So by being humble, we go on to become righteousness. And by following the source of truthfulness, we can attain Golok Vrindavan. And the fourth thing in the shloka is
और शील रूपी साधना करने से जीवन में शील रूपी साधन का अवलंबन करने से हमें सुख की प्राप्ति होती है कई बार कुछ लोग कहते हैं हमारे जीवन में दुख है प्रॉब्लम है यदि शील रूपी साधन पर सवार हो जाए शील माने किसके साथ कैसा व्यवहार करना, उसे शील कहते हैं।
Then shield as a sword
मैं पढ़ रहा था शास्त्र, तो उनमें से जो अच्छे
is
अच्छे
basically a conduct and behavior that you should have a right
यही
conduct
हमारा वास्तव में जीवन है।
with a specific person. For example, with the child, there has to be a particular kind of behavior and conduct.
कि भाई
With an elderly, there has to be a particular way of conducting and behaving oneself.
उदार बनते रहो,
So, by following this source of shield,
और भिखारी बन जाओ,
one goes on to attain
यश कमाते रहो,
eternal bliss
सत्य
and
बोलो, सत्य
happiness.
बोलो, चाहे जीवन में कुछ भी हो जाए, जीवन में और कुछ करना नहीं है। तब श्रील प्रभुपाद आज के दिन एक बहुत सुंदर बात करते हैं।
Srila Prabhupada
4 अगस्त को ही श्रील
has
प्रभुपाद की कोट है।
given a wonderful, interesting
1974
statement
में श्रील प्रभुपाद
on 4th of August 1974 when he was at Vrindavan. He gave this statement.
निवेदन किया, क्या कहते हैं, आप पढ़ सकते हैं, सुंदर व्यवस्था है।
Prabhupada ji had given a wonderful statement, and it is there right before you on your screens.
योग पद्धति का पालन करने की आवश्यकता नहीं है। उनके द्वारा श्री श्री कृष्ण की शरण का कार्य उन्हें सर्वशक्तिशाली बना देता
So, according to Srila Prabhupada, that those who are the Vaishnavas, in order to become powerful in this material world physically, that there is no need to follow any yogic system. Why? Because their only activity of taking refuge to Lord Krishna and performing activities at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna would render these Vaishnavas become all powerful. So these are actually what the real Vaishnavas are. So the question arises, how do we become a Vaishnavite? Or that how do we go on to ensure that we have been able to surrender ourselves to the Lord? So even Gurudev has also mentioned something related to this.
अनजाने में भी महान लोगों का आश्रय कर लेने से बहुत लाभ होता है। और श्लोक में एग्जांपल देते हैं
So
कि जैसे यदि कोई
Guru Maharaj has said
जैसे यदि कोई चींटी किसी पुष्प का
on the same day,
और वह पुष्प
Gurudev says
शिवलिंग पर
that there is a very
मस्तक पर चढ़ाया जाए
beautiful
और
quote in
भगवान
Sanskrit which is full of wisdom.
का चंद्रमा है
So Gurudev goes on to say
पहुंच सकती है।
that taking shelter of great souls
सीढ़ी में कोई चंद्रमा
bestows immense benefit, even if such shelter is taken unknowingly.
मनुष्य भी नहीं जा सकते, नासा वाले
Just like if an ant takes shelter of a flower
चींटी का चंद्रमा पर जाना
and that flower is offered on the head of Lord Shiva,
यदि
the ant can actually
संग कर लेता है
perform the fate of
पुष्प का संग
touching the moon.
चंद्रमा पर जा सकती है।
Can you ever even imagine
देव बहुत सुंदर
that the ant or anyone in the family of the ants can even think of reaching the moon?
कर लेता है।
But that this ant
चींटी
unknowingly,
का संग कर
unwillingly
कर नहीं कि
went on to have the company of the flower, and this flower was offered to Lord Shiva, and in this way
और फूल शिव
the ant has gone on to actually perform what? The feat of touching the moon.
कोई व्यक्ति साधु संत की संगति कर लेता है,
So similarly, the association of saintly souls is such that
ये सुंदर
even if such association occurs and happens unknowingly,
संगति
it is in a position
हम लोग
to enable that person attain the abode of Lord
गंगा में मिल जाता है,
and develop pure love for him.
पानी भी गंगा बन जाता है।
So you see so many gutters
का साधारण जीव
and the drains are thrown open into rivers and a river like Ganga.
संगति कर
So even this drain water and the gutter goes on to become a part of Ganga itself.
कि जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की
It's very fortunate for all of us today
जी की संगत
that
और प्रभुपाद जैसे आचार्य
we have been
सनातन
associating
गोस्वामी
with the Lord
स्वामी चक्रवर्ती
in the association and company of Srila Prabhupada and the other acharyas
हमसे संगति
by way of their teachings, by way of their writings.
सुंदर आयोजन
And what a wonderful event that this Patni Parivar, Patni family has organized this katha. And what another fortunate event that just on the second day of the katha, we have this Ekadashi. So we had not planned it this way, but then the fact that such an event of Ekadashi, which is a very auspicious Ekadashi, has fallen on the second day, it is really very great an event. See, Damji went on to serve Prabhupada ji, and in this manner he went on to have the mercy and blessing of Srila Prabhupada, and the fruits of which are also being reaped by his entire family. In the last katha, on the first day of the katha, we have introduced to the context of Kevat. So just as Kevat was washing the lotus feet of the Lord, similarly, Damji Baba and Mataji are offering their services at the lotus feet of the Lord. Now you see, we do not know where shall we go after death, but because we are associated with ISKCON, so one thing is for sure, that after death, for sure we shall meet Srila Prabhupada. So there is strong likelihood that Srila Prabhupada may not recognize us, but then certainly, we can say that Srila Prabhupada, did you go to Kenya? He would say yes. And then, did you meet Damji? Prabhupada would again reply in affirmation. And then we can also say that I was one of the listeners of the Bhagavad Katha posted by the family of Damji. So Srila Prabhupada will certainly allow you to come along with him to Vaikuntha. So we are always in a win-win situation. So you see, by being a witness and by being a listener to this Bhagavatam Katha, by such a wonderful family, we can reap the benefits and attain Vaikuntha. So yesterday, this is the same thing that I was telling, that the character of Kevat is a very short-lived character in the Granth. Though Valmiki ji has not mentioned about it, but Tulsidas ji has written in details in some other versions of Ramayana. Very beautifully, the context of Kevat is presented. Vasishtha ji also went on to compose a Ramayana, which is called as Vasishtha Ramayana. In Vasishtha Ramayana, also in great details, the character of Kevat is mentioned. So what we shall attempt to do is, we shall take the reference of all the Ramayans to talk about Kevat and attempt to bring before you a combined study on Kevat. There are three stories of the previous birth of Kevat in Anand Ramayana, in Vasishtha Ramayana, etc. So, three stories are found of Kevat of the previous birth, and all the three kathas are true, all the three stories are true. Because in Ramayana it is said that
Lord Ram appears in every kalp, and in every kalp when Lord Ram appears, the Kevat goes on to wash the lotus feet of the Lord. So whenever Kevat comes and washes the lotus feet of the Lord, the pastime of the Lord is different every time. The Kevat remains the same, but the pastime of the Lord changes. So story number one about Kevat's previous birth. Once upon a time, in the age of Satyug, in the cosmic ocean, Kshirodakshayi Vishnu is sleeping on Anand Shesh, and the lotus feet of Vishnuji is being massaged by Lakshmiji. And around the same time, from the cosmic ocean, a turtle appeared, and the turtle attempts to have a touch of the lotus feet of the Lord.
दर्शन प्राप्त नहीं हुआ, जाकर करूं। वह कछुआ आया
So this turtle wanted to have the darshans of the Lord and attempted to touch the lotus feet of the Lord. So Lakshmi ji pushed the turtle aside and did not allow it to touch the lotus feet of the Lord. Again the turtle came and attempted to touch the lotus feet of the Lord, and Lakshmi ji again pushed him aside. Now turtle thought, perhaps it is impossible for me to touch the lotus feet of the Lord. So let me now make an attempt to see the beautiful face of the Lord. Now turtle goes around Anand Shesh and now makes an attempt to have a look at the beautiful face of the Lord. Now, when the turtle made an attempt, Anand Shesh exhaled strongly and pushed the turtle aside. Again the turtle made an attempt to reach the face of the Lord and again pushed aside by Anand Shesh. This turtle was perplexed. It was at that time that Narad Muni appears. You see, Narad Muni is really great. Whenever a devotee is stuck, Narad Muni appears instantly and immediately. So any devotee who happens to come across Naradji, for sure his liberation is a assurance. When I went to Australia once, where I was to be interviewed, lot many questions were asked to me. One question was, how do you feel being at ISKCON? Instantly, the reply from me was that the pleasure that I get in ISKCON and at being the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada perhaps is unmatched and unparalleled to the pleasure which is also rare to Brahma and even numerous Brahmas. Narad Muni appears and he addresses Turtle and says that, "Oh Turtle, don't you worry, I'll give you a plan."
बैठी है लक्ष्मी और इनके मस्तक के पास है शेष। ये तीनों आगे आने वाले त्रेता युग में राम, लक्ष्मण और सीता बनकर प्रकट होंगे।
That, "Oh Turtle, don't you worry, whose lotus feet you want to touch and whose face you want to have darshanam of, and Lakshmi ji who's not letting you to touch the feet, and Ananta Shesh who's not allowing you to have the darshans of the face of the Lord, all the three of them would come as Ram, Lakshman, and Sita in the Treta Yuga, and they would come to you on the banks of river Ganga. So you go and wait there. So that is how this Kevat went on to become, this turtle went on to become Kevat and started waiting for Sita, Ram, and Lakshmanji. Now this turtle, when he decided to come down from this cosmic ocean and become Kevat, he had challenged Lakshmi ji and Anantashesh that you have not allowed me to touch the lotus feet nor allow the darshanams of the Lord. Then you see, I challenge you that I will wash the lotus feet of the Lord and drink that water as Charnamrit. So that is how this turtle appears in the form of Kevat. Another Granth, another literature mentions that Kevat was actually a demigod. So this was the time when Shiv and Brahma had given the boon to Ravan, and Ravan started being so cruel. Ravan had ordered that the fire of the fire altar of the Rishi Munis be stopped, that the Rishi and Munis must be avoided to do meditation, and no food or meal be served to Rishis. Ravan started engaging in violence activities against men and cows, etc. And this way Ravan started performing a lot of sinful activities. The biggest sinful activity of Ravan's life was that, and such huge was the magnitude of this particular sin of Ravan. And what was that sinful activity? In fact, Ravan was full of so many sinful activities. But what was that one particular sinful activity because of which Mother Goddess, Mother Earth was heavily burdened with? So what was that particular sinful activity of Kevat, of Ravan? And it is mentioned in the lines before yourself at the screen.
जिनके यह चरण भवानी ते जाने हूँ निशिचर सब प्राणी। रावण के अत्याचार में सबसे बड़ा अत्याचार रामायणकार ने क्या माना?
So the biggest act of exploitation and atrocity of Ravan amongst numerous of his activities and acts of exploitation and atrocity. So what was that particular act of atrocity inflicted by Ravan? So what was that? The biggest sinful activity of Ravan was what? Somebody who does not listen to mother and father. Now imagine if you apply this principle to all the families of Kali Yuga, which is not paying attention to the utterances of mother and father. So in this age of Kali Yuga, there would be numerous and multiple Ravans. So the one who does not pay attention to the utterances of mother, father, and also the demigods. So another meaning to it would be those who do not consider their mother and father just like demigods. It's very unfortunate, a person. And also, secondly,
और जो साधुओं से सेवा करते
those
हैं,
who
साधुओं की
engage
सेवा
the
करनी
saints
चाहिए,
to serve them.
साधुओं से
So
सेवा
basically, you see, saints and sadhus must be served at,
से सुनेंगे,
and that you should not take services of
लेकिन जो
sadhus
माँ
and
बाप की बात
saints.
नहीं मानते और जो
So
साधुओं
those who
से
do not
सेवा करते
listen
हैं,
to
शिव जी
their
पार्वती को कहते हैं
parents
कि
and
पार्वती
those who take services from
झूठे
sadhus and
अज्ञान
saints.
भवानी तुम
So
जाने हो
Lord
निशाचर
Shiva
सब प्राणी,
is addressing
जिसके
Devi
जीवन में ऐसा
Parvati by
आचरण है,
saying,
वे
O
लोग
Parvati,
निशिचर माने
O
वो
Uma,
राक्षस हैं, वो
to
असुर हैं,
those who
वो
do such an activity, those who
इसके
exhibit
जीवन में कहीं
such a
अच्छा
behavior,
कुछ भी करे, लेकिन दो बात
they are
ध्यान
just like
रखिए,
animals.
माँ
They
बाप
are
की
Ravan.
सेवा और
So
साधु की
serving
सेवा
the
अगर
parents
साधुओं की सेवा
and serving the saints and
माँ
sadhus.
बाप को प्रसन्न रखें,
So keeping the parents happy
हमारी निशाचर माने
and
असुरों में गिनती होगी, हम लोगों की राक्षसों में गिनती
serving the sadhus and saints.
जिनको दो माथे पर सिंगड़ा होते हैं वही राक्षस नहीं होते, राक्षस की
So if
श्रेणियां
you
ये हैं,
do not
आप नीचे देख सकते हैं,
serve your parents, do not
शिव जी
listen to
से
your
कहते हैं
parents,
जो माँ बाप की बात
do
नहीं
not
मानते
serve
और साधुओं
the
से सेवा
sadhus and
करते हैं,
saints, are actually
शिव
just
जी
like
का कहना है
animals,
कि हे
are like
पार्वती
demons.
जिनका ऐसा आचरण है उसे तुम
So
निश्चित ही
this
राक्षस
is
समझ
actually
लेना
being said by
पसंद
Lord
करोगे।
Shiva, that those who does not respect their
इसके
parents
बाद एक बहुत सुंदर
or
बात कहते
who
हैं,
does not serve the saints
ये
are just
करने
like
से आत्मा
animals.
अतिशय देखी धर्म के
So if one indulges in such an act and behavior, then what
इस प्रकार
happens?
की ग्लानि देकर धरा ये पृथ्वी अकुलाने लगी, आक्रांत
That
होने लगी,
because of such an act, the earth
पृथ्वी को भी अफसोस होता है
becomes
कि
too
इस पृथ्वी के
nervous
वजन को मैं क्यों उठा रही हूँ,
and too
मैं माँ
restless and
बाप की बात नहीं
agitated,
मानता और जो साधुओं से सेवा कराता है
that why should I
पृथ्वी को भी
bear
कष्ट
the
होता
weight
है,
of such
मैं
persons
क्यों
who
करती हूँ,
cannot respect their parents
और फिर तो आप जानते ही हैं
or those who cannot serve the
पृथ्वी बहुत
sadhus?
दुखी हुई और
So
दुखी
you know
होकर
the
ब्रह्मा जी के
story
पास गई,
that
ब्रह्मा
the
जी ने
goddess
कहा
Earth
छोटा मोटा दुख होता तो पृथ्वी मैं
and
दूर कर
huge
देता, लेकिन तुम चिंता मत
moment of
करो,
trouble
मैं
approaches Lord
ब्रह्मा जी
Brahma.
के पास ले जाऊंगा।
Lord Brahma says, I wish I
अब
could
अगर
help
इतना बड़ा
you,
अत्याचार
but let me
ब्रह्मा जी
certainly
वहां
take
जा
you
सके
to the
ऐसी
Lord.
सामर्थ्य नहीं थी, ब्रह्मा
Now,
जी ने सभी देवताओं को
to reach
बुलाया,
the Lord
वायु, नारद,
was
इंद्र,
also beyond
सभी
his
देवता गए,
capacity, beyond the capacity of
देव समाज में मीटिंग की,
Brahma ji.
बोले पृथ्वी पर बहुत
So all the
अत्याचार हो रहा है
demigods appeared.
और
They
हर बार तो हम भगवान
all
को बहुत
conducted a
प्यार से
meeting
पूजन करते हैं, लेकिन इस बार रावण
that
के
there
अत्याचार
is
से
too much of
हम शीर्षासन पर
atrocity and
बैठाएंगे,
exploitation on
क्या
earth.
करें,
But
किसी ने कहा
because
तप
of
करते हैं,
the
किसी ने
terror of
कहा
Ravan,
प्रचार करते
we
हैं,
cannot reach the Lord. Then what do we do?
किसी ने कहा
So
हिरण
many
को बलि
suggestions
चढ़ाते
came
हैं,
from different
तब
quarters.
शिव जी ने बहुत सुंदर कहा
But
कि कहीं
at
जाने
this
की जरूरत
juncture,
नहीं है,
Lord Shiva
मेरा
intervened
आत्मा
and said
सर्वत्र
that you don't
समाहित
need to go anywhere.
है, सभी जगह पर व्याप्त है, बस
And
हे
Lord
मत
Shiva
विकट
said
होई में जाना,
that God is
मुझसे प्रेम करो,
omnipresent.
हरि से प्रेम करोगे तो आप
There's
जहां
no
भी
need
हो,
for you to go
चाहे अमेरिका,
anywhere.
चाहे यूके,
Sing the
चाहे केनिया,
holy name of the
चाहे
Lord
नेपाल,
with love and
जहां होगे
devotion.
वहां हरि प्रकट हो जाएगा।
Engage yourself
शिव
in
जी
the
ने एक बहुत
kirtan of
सुंदर
the
श्लोक
Lord,
दिया, हरि
and the
भक्ति
Lord will
सर्वत्र
surely
सर्वदा
appear
समान रूप से
before
व्याप्त
you.
है, ऐसा नहीं कि भारत में भगवान 100 किलो के हैं, अमेरिका में 50 किलो के,
So
कि
you see,
यूके में 10
God
किलो
is
के, वो
present
भगवान
everywhere
हैं, ऐसा नहीं
equally.
है,
It's
सर्वत्र
not that
सर्वदा
the
हरि
weight
सभी
of the
जगह
Lord
समान रूप से
is
व्याप्त
more
है,
somewhere and lesser somewhere
करने की
else.
चीज करना बाकी है तो क्या
God
है,
is everywhere the
प्रेम करना
same.
बाकी है,
What you just need to do is
जितना
to
प्रेम
love
करेंगे
and have
उतना
affection towards the
ऊपर
Lord.
जाएंगे,
The
जितना
more
प्रेम
you
प्रकट करेंगे,
enhance your loving emotion and
शिव जी
affection
कहते
towards the
हैं
Lord,
मोर अनुग्रह
more easily
सबके मन
accessible He
माना,
shall be to you.
शिव जी ने जब ऐसा कहा तो पार्वती मोर अनुग्रह सबके मन माना, साधु साधु करी ब्रह्म बखाना, और ब्रह्मा आदि देवताओं ने साधु साधु कह के कहा कि परफेक्ट,
So, as Lord Shiva
देवता जहां थे
offers this
वहीं से प्रेम
explanation
से भाव
to
से
Devi
ब्रह्मा जी स्तुति
Parvati,
करने लगे,
all other demigods
जय जय
hailed,
सुर
saying that
नायक,
this perhaps was the perfect
सुख
explanation
दायक,
given by Lord Shiva.
हितकारी चिंत हमारी माया रहित मुकुंदा। बहुत सुंदर प्रार्थना की और भगवान की वाणी प्रकट हुई।
So now all of them went on to pray very intensely to the Lord, and the voice made an announcement that you people should not worry. I shall take the incarnation of Lord Ram at the home of Dashrath, and I will enjoy the company of saints and sadhus and provide to you all deliverance against this exploitation. So by way of announcement in the skies, Lord gave a commitment to all the demigods, and they really feel reassured by the Lord. Now, when the demigods were returning, Lord Brahma stopped them for a moment and asked,
अपने लोक में, ब्रह्म लोक में जाते समय ब्रह्मा जी ने देवताओं को ये सिखाया। क्या सिखाया? वानर तनु धरी धरी मही हरिपद से वहु जाए। देखो आप लोग घर जाकर सो मत जाओ, जब भगवान अपने
so
धाम
Lord
से
Brahma went on to
तो फिर हम
advise the demigods
हमें भी
as
परिश्रम
to how you should be returning.
भगवान आएंगे और
So Lord Brahma went on to advise the demigods that Lord shall appear
सब चले जाए।
and have friendly relations with the monkey.
जी ने देवताओं को
So you should go and take the form of monkeys
देवता यहाँ वहाँ वानर बन
and be in the group of the Lord.
जानते हैं
So all the demigods
कि जब
went on to take the form of
सेना में जुड़ गए
bear
इन्हीं
and
ने रावण का
monkeys.
असुरों का विनाश कर दिया।
And when they entered into the army of the Lord, it was these demigods who went on to finish off the armies of
भगवान की शरण में
Ravan.
गए, हमारी रक्षा
Imagine
और वही
at one point of time when all these demigods
तो उन्होंने
who
क्या
had
कर
been in
रावण का वध
exploitation
किया, अधर्म का विनाश
and
किया।
upon whom atrocities were leveled upon
कि
by
भगवान
Ravan
को
himself,
भोगने वाले लोग
the same demigods in the form of monkeys and
तो
bears
आसुरी शक्ति का विनाश
went on to kill Ravan and his
का
army.
विनाश हम तुरंत कर सकते हैं।
The underlying principle that you must understand that those who had been engaged in consumerism and enjoyment of
तो ब्रह्मा जी ने कहा कि
the
भगवान आए हैं
comforts,
और
if
यहाँ
they get into devotion and the service mode,
वानर बन जाओ।
then
देवता वानर
even they can go on
से एक
to
देवता ने सोचा कि ये सब तो वानर बनकर सेवा
bring an end
लेकिन भगवान
to
जरूर
unrighteousness.
और वहां से दुखी होकर
So
आएंगे
amongst
तो उस भगवान
these
को
demigods
करने के लिए मुझे कुछ
who had gone on to take the form of monkey and bear,
बाकी सब वानर बने,
one of the demigod
एक देवता
was contemplating that
केवट बन
I shall go to the bank of river Ganga at Shringberpur,
के अब भगवान आएंगे
that I shall wait for Lord Ram
पार कराऊंगा।
with a sad heart to cross river Ganga, and I would take this opportunity
वृतांत कहा गया
to row Lord
केवट पूर्व जन्म में
onto the other bank of river Ganga. So some of the texts mention Kevat as one of the demigods in his previous birth. In the previous story,
तीसरी कथा
some text said that perhaps it was a turtle. In one another text, it is mentioned that
मछारा जानते हैं
Kevat in his previous birth was a fisherman.
उसका धंधा था बाप दादा का, खाता नहीं था लेकिन क्या करे,
So
चाहता नहीं था।
Kevat, who was a fisherman in previous birth,
पूर्व जन्म में
did not consume fish, but he had this business of being a fisherman.
तो वह मछारा
One day, what he observed
में जाकर बैठ गया
that a satsang was going on somewhere,
कथा चल रही थी
and that he went on to sit in that satsang,
केवल प्राण पिया
and in that the katha Lord Ram was going on. in which he heard
प्रेम जानते हैं,
that Lord Ram only understands the language of love, and that Lord can only be attained
राम की प्राप्ति
and achieved by those who are engaged in love.
चाहिए और
Neither you need money, wealth, property, nothing. What you only need is love and affection.
प्रवचन सुना
So it was on this topic
राम को
that
जहाँ
satsang was going on,
जैसे
and that is what was being attended by Kevat in his previous birth.
सत्संग सुनकर घर पर आया दूसरे दिन
After
अपने
having listened to satsang,
गया मछली पकड़ने गया
he went back to his home,
पकड़ने के लिए जाल बिछाई
and then
2 घंटा 5 घंटा
he
लेकिन
went for fishing. And as he was
और
fishing,
जो
he
सत्संग
realized that not even a single fish
राम ही केवल प्रेम प्यारा
was caught in his net,
जब उस
and that
जाल में कोई मछली नहीं
he was also recalling the satsang that he had attended a day before.
उस मछुआरे ने मन में सोचा
So now this fisherman
यदि इस जाल में भगवान फंस जाए तो
went on to develop this thought
भगवान फंस जाए तो
that if instead of fish,
कि आप
if my
जाल में
fishing net
पुकारोगे
goes on
भगवान प्रकट हो जाएंगे
to entangle God,
यहाँ
why? Because the sadhu at the satsang yesterday was saying
बड़े दिल से
that wherever
भगवान को
you would call for Lord, cry for Lord, he would come to you.
बड़ी जोर से बड़ी
So
मेहनत से
Kevat
वो
basically
जाल
wanted to test and put to test the utterances of the sadhu, and he called for Lord from the core of his heart. And suddenly he realized that his fishing net had started gaining weight. He was shocked and surprised. And when he pulled his fishing net, what did he find? He found Chaturbhuj, the four-armed Vishnu.
मछली की जाल को बाहर निकाल कर खोल कर देखा तो चतुर्भुज रूप धारण किए हुए
So as he drew his fishing net out of the waters, he could see the four-armed Vishnu.
भगवान की प्रतिज्ञा है कि जो मुझे पुकारता है जिस भाव में पुकारता है मैं प्रकट होता हूँ
So it is a vow of Lord that whosoever a devotee calls for me, in whatever form, I shall appear before him.
भगवान के चरणों को धोने गया
This Kevat was so overwhelmed looking at the Lord,
अदृश्य हो गए
he
भगवान तुरंत
ran to wash the lotus feet of the Lord. And as he went to fetch some water to wash the lotus feet of the
बड़ा कष्ट
Lord disappeared.
प्रभु कहाँ चले गए
Now this fisherman
थोड़ा सा दर्शन देकर आप कहाँ चले
had a heavy heart. His heart was grief-stricken that, oh Lord, where have you vanished? And that is the time when
जन्म में मैंने तुझे दर्शन दिया है
the sound came from the skies
युग में
that, O Kevat,
चरण धोने का सौभाग्य प्रदान करूंगा
O fisherman, in the time to come in Treta Yuga, in the age of Treta,
त्रेता युग में केवट बनकर प्रकट
I would give you the opportunity
सो कुल मिलाकर
and
जन्म का कोई भगत आज केवट बनकर
an act of washing my lotus feet.
और भगवान रामचंद्र अपनी नौका लेकर भगवान रामचंद्र गंगा पार करना चाहते हैं
So Lord Ram is looking forward to cross river Ganga,
नाव भगवान राम ने नाव मांगी
and he calls out for Kevat
नहीं आया
and he asks for his boat, but Kevat does not come.
पर भी केवट क्यों नहीं आया कल यहाँ
So,
प्रवचन हुआ
despite being asked for boat by Lord Ram from Kevat, Kevat is not coming on towards this bank.
बहुत परेशान
So, till this point, we have understood yesterday.
वनवास का कष्ट नहीं
So, Kevat realizes
का विरह है भगवान राम
that
अपने
Lord is really with a heavy heart, not because that he's going to forest or that he does not have a boat, but his heart is heavy because he had to leave his family behind, his father, his mother, his brother. The people of Ayodhya were left behind by him.
भगवान रामचंद्र उस वृक्ष के नीचे सोए लक्ष्मण जी नहीं सोए क्योंकि लक्ष्मण जी को सुमित्रा ने कहा था कि लक्ष्मण स्वप्न में भी राम की सेवा को मत छोड़ना। लक्ष्मण जी ने सोचा कि यदि मैं सो गया और स्वप्न में सेवा छूट गई तो माता का आदेश उल्लंघन हो जाएगा।
So you see, Lakshman ji was instructed by his mother that you should never leave an opportunity to serve even in the dreams. So Lakshman ji never would go to sleep
लक्ष्मण भगवान राम
with the thought that if he goes on to sleep, that he would miss out on an opportunity to serve the Lord.
दूसरे दिन सुबह जगे, जगकर राम जी ने गंगा में स्नान किया।
So you see,
राम जी ने जीवन में प्रथम बार वृक्ष का दूध निकालकर, वट वृक्ष का दूध
after having waken up,
सुंदर बालों
Lord Ram bathed in the water of river Ganga, and after that he took the milk of the banyan tree and matted his hair with the milk of the banyan tree. And now he calls for Sumantji and he places a request to Sumantji that he should now return and we shall move forward further towards the forest. Sumant replied in negative that he shall not leave Lord Ram because he had been ordered by Dashrathji to bring along with him Ram, Lakshman and Sita ji. Now there was a long discussion between Lord Ram and Sumanta ji, where Lord Ram is trying to convince Sumanta ji to return back to Ayodhya, while Sumanta ji is attempting to convince Lord Ram to come along with him to Ayodhya. Lord Ram goes on to place a request before Sumanji that, oh Sumanji, please understand that we have been born in this clan to which we had great personalities like Raja Sibi, Harishchandra and all, who had been known for keeping their words, who had been known for respecting the righteousness. In our clan, we had King Sibi, who, in order to protect a pigeon, went on to offer his own bodily flesh. When the demigods were in hard times, the demigods went to Namish Narayan and asked for the entire body of the Dichi to kill the demon. So even at that time, the Dichi would have been in huge trouble, but still he underwent that trouble and immense pain and saved the demigods. Oh Sumanji, I belong to the clan of such great personalities. So you see, dear devotees, whenever you're in trouble, when you're facing difficulties, you should always look back to your clan and think that the act that you're going to perform, does that befit your clan and family? King Rantidev, who never ate anything for 48 days, and when he was about to have something, the moment he was about to have his paran, a Chandal appeared, a Brahmin appeared, a dog appeared, and he went on to offer all his meals with which he would have his paran. Then you see Maharaj Bali, who underwent immense hardships, yet he offered everything to the Lord. So, dear devotees, it is said in a similar tone by all the Shastras that come what may, the hardships that you might undergo, that you should never lead the path of truthfulness and righteousness. So, O Sumantraji, please allow me to be on the righteous path. Whatever Father said, whatever King Dasharatha said, were not the words which had the prowess of righteousness, rather the concern of the father towards the son. So in this manner, Lord Ram was somehow able to prevail over Sumanji, and that he ensured that Sumanji returns to Ayodhya. So, no doubt that Lord Ram was pained at heart of having abandoned the family and the people of his kingdom. But Ramayana goes on to mention that the biggest grief that Lord Ram had was that of abandoning Sumanji and convincing him to return to Ayodhya, because Sumanji never wanted to abandon Lord Ram. So Lord Ram basically had sent Sumanji much against his wishes. So because of this, Lord Ram was under immense and heavy pain. So you see, I want to address all the young children here that sometimes when we are about to perform an act, our parents point us out or our gurus point us out. You see, when they stop us from performing a certain act, more than us, it is they who are at pain when they say no to us. So you should always understand that they have this foresight and vision with the help of which they're able to predict and foresee that if you do a particular act or commit a particular act, this will bring in the times to come immense pain and problem. And that's the reason the parents or the guru holds the child from committing a particular act. So by denying it, basically what you must understand, the parents and the guru in the denial mode, it is himself under immense pain. So dear devotees, please understand that whenever our parents or guru stops us or denies us to perform a particular act, we should understand that they have the vision and foresight. So instead of lamenting upon the denial, we must contemplate upon the act that we were about to perform. And Kevat was able to notice that Lord Ram is at a huge grief in the heart of abandoning his family, his people of the kingdom, and also Sumanji. So Kevat goes on to take a task upon himself that I have to bring about happiness to Lord Ram anyhow or somehow. And that is the reason Kevat is not heeding to the calling of Lord Ram again and again. And that's how Kevat would ensure that Lord Ram bursts into laughter. So yesterday I told you there are 6 levels of laughter, isn't it? So the primary level of laughing is what? In the first level of laughter, what happens is, and it has been mentioned in the Vedas, in the Shastras, Smithasya is the first one, the primary one. So the lips go a little wide, as well as the nail, the eyes, and also the area around the cheek. So this is like the smile. The first stage of laughter is just a smile, in which you won't get to see the teeth. So it's like the eyes and the mouth widens and also the cheek line a bit. So this was actually the stage of laughter, which is a smile that Lord Ram had been engaged in so far. So the second level of laughter is, so eyes, cheek, and the lips gets widened, but the teeth also becomes visible. So this is the second stage of laughter. Now the third level of laughter is what? Further, which is called as Viksit Hasya, developed laughter. So teeth would be visible and there would be widening of the cheek line, eyes and the lips. But further what happens? That there would be sweet utterances from the mouth. The next category is Uphasya. So the earlier three are also there. And in the fourth one, what happens? The head and the shoulders also starts trembling or moving. So eyes, ears, and the cheekline are widened. The teeth are visible, and the words come out of the mouth. And then what happens? The head and the shoulder moves. The nose also swells up. What is the fifth level? In addition to the previous one, is Abhasit. What happens in Abhasit? So, including the four levels which we have talked about previous, in the fifth level, in addition to all the previous ones, tears starts rolling out of the ears. And the sixth level is Ati Hasit. Ati Hasit. So everything of the previous category happens. But here, what is different? That people start laughing in high volume. So Kevat notices that Lord Ram is under heavy grief, especially that of abandoning Sumantji. So Kevat goes on to tell to himself that I will engage Lord Ram into all levels of laughter for sure. So let us now try to understand how Kevat attempts to bring smile and laughter to Lord Ram. So before we move further, let's take a short break and then move further in the direction of the Katha.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. So बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद श्रीमान लाल गोविंद गुरु जी का। बहुत ही सुंदर आज की ये जो श्री राम कथा है, प्रभु जी ने सुंदर अमृत वचनों के माध्यम से प्रारंभ की, जहाँ पर बहुत ही सुंदर प्रभु जी ने बताया हमें कि किस प्रकार सर्वप्रथम प्रभुपाद जी के जो सुविचार गुरु महाराज के तथा हमारे गोविंद जी द्वारा जो प्रकाशित किया जाता है डेली, श्रीमान लाल गोविंद प्रभु जी के जो अमृत विचार है उनको हमने श्रवण किया। और उसके पश्चात बहुत ही सुंदर यहाँ पर केवट की इस प्रसंग में प्रभु जी ने सुंदर बताया कि किस प्रकार केवट के पूर्व जन्म की तीन कथा यहाँ पर प्रभु जी ने बताई, जिसमें से एक था कि केवट वाज अ टर्टल एंड देन another was he was a demigod, and in last में जो बताया कि he was a fisherman in another pastimes. So बहुत ही सुंदर प्रभु जी, thank you very much for this wonderful explanation of Shri Ram Katha's pastime which we are listening here. So धन्यवाद। आइए दर्शन करते हैं हमारे आज बहुत दिनों के पश्चात हमारे श्री राधा गोविंद गौशाला की गौ माता के, और शेष कथा को हम उसके पश्चात श्रवण करेंगे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा। तो आज इस कामिका एकादशी के उपलक्ष्य में यहाँ पर हम हमारे श्री राधा गोविंद गौशाला के दर्शन कर रहे हैं, और बहुत ही सुंदर हमारे यजमान परिवार हैं जिन्होंने यहाँ पर सुंदर सहयोग किया है, जिसके फल स्वरूप यहाँ पर निरंतर लगातार 7 दिन यहाँ पर ये सुंदर सेवा हो रही है गौशाला में। और इसी के साथ साथ यहाँ पर बहुत ही सुंदर प्रतिदिन वैष्णव भोजन की भी सेवा है, जो कि इसी के साथ साथ पैरेलल हो रही है। तो सुंदर सहयोग रहा है, जिसके कारण यह आज के इस पावन एकादशी के दिन यहाँ पर इस कामिका एकादशी विशेष इसके उपलक्ष्य में यहाँ पर सुंदर गौ सेवा दर्शन कर रहे हैं। साथ ही साथ हमारे जो बीच में हमारे कुसुमिका माता है, उनके सिस्टर बीना माता जी, उनका सुपुत्र अमित, ही लेफ्ट हिज बॉडी यस्टरडे ओनली। तो यहाँ पर उनके उपलक्ष्य में माता जी ने यहाँ पर सुंदर सहयोग किया है और अनेक वैष्णवों ने आज की स्थिति के उपलक्ष्य में सेवा की है। तो सर्वप्रथम तो हम हमारे जो अमित प्रभु जी हैं, हु जस्ट लेफ्ट डे बिफोर, उनके लिए प्रार्थना करेंगे गौ माता से तथा भगवान कृष्ण से कि उनको जहाँ कहीं भी हैं उनको अपनी चरण की सेवा में बनाए रखें। और आप सभी से भी हम निवेदन करेंगे कि हमारे इस अमृत चर्चा परिवार के जो हिस्सा है बीना हरपल माता जी, सी रिमेन्स क्वाइट ऑफन इन भागवत कथा, बट जस्ट एज आई सेड कि कल ही उन्होंने अपना देह त्याग किया है उनके सुपुत्र ने बीना माता जी के। तो हम सब मिलकर उनके लिए प्रार्थना करें जिससे कि उनका जो ये पुत्र है, उनकी जो दिव्यात्मा है भगवान की सेवा में बनी रहें जहाँ कहीं भी है। सो और बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमारे ये जो अमृत चर्चा परिवार के भक्तों का, और साथ ही साथ आज के इस दिन की सेवा में जिन्होंने सहयोग किया है उन वैष्णवों का भी कि ये सुंदर एकादशी के दिन आपने यहाँ पर सहयोग किया है। और यदि अभी तक आपने नहीं किया है तो आप कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि एट सम प्लेसेस स्टिल देयर इज अ डे टू गो। और तो यहाँ पर एक अवसर भी है हमारे पास में कि आज इस एकादशी के दिन हम सेवा करें और गौ माता तथा वैष्णव की सेवा के लिए यहाँ पर सहयोग करें, जिससे कि हम आज के इस दिन का पूरा पूरा लाभ ले सके। और बहुत सुंदर जैसे प्रभु जी ने बताया था ना कि इस सुविचार के अंतर्गत एक आता है दानम, वहां पर प्रभु जी ने बहुत सुंदर महिमा बताई थी किस प्रकार दान देने से जो हृदय है विशाल होता है, मन पवित्र होता है। तो आप सबसे भी निवेदन है इस प्रकार सहयोग करते रहिएगा। और यदि आप इसमें सहयोग सेवा करना चाहते हैं तो आप हमें अप्रोच कर सकते हैं हमारे इस कॉन्टेक्ट नंबर पर, जहां पर आप हमें अप्रोच कर सकते हैं। सो दैट इज 756-754-5555 यह नंबर है जहां पर आप हमें अप्रोच कर सकते हैं। और sevaperfect@gmail.com, यहाँ पर आप हमें ईमेल के द्वारा भी अप्रोच कर सकते हैं। साथ ही साथ हमारी वेबसाइट पर जाकर आप इस गौशाला की गतिविधियों की भी दर्शन कर सकते हैं, विच इज www.perfectseva.com। तो आप सबसे निवेदन है कि आप इसमें अपना सहयोग जरूर कीजिएगा। और साथ ही साथ बहुत ही सुंदर यहाँ पर हम सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हैं श्रील प्रभुपाद की 125वीं सालगिरह आविर्भाव दिन, जो कि होने वाला है यानी आने वाली 31 अगस्त को। तो यहाँ पर उसी के उपलक्ष्य में यहाँ पर सुंदर सेवा आप कर सकते हो। यू कैन गेट दिस श्रीमद् भागवतम, जो कि श्रील प्रभुपाद ने बहुत ही मेहनत करके दिन रात एक करके पढ़ाई कर लिख करके इसे संचित किया है इस ग्रंथों को। तो आप सबसे निवेदन है आप इस ग्रंथ को प्राप्त करें, श्रीमद् भागवतम का सेट। और जैसे हमने बताया कि हर एक मंदिर में, हमारे जो इस्कॉन मंदिर है वहां से हर कोई अपनी अपनी योग्यता के अनुसार इस 125वीं सालगिरह के अंतर्गत श्री प्रभुपाद को कुछ न कुछ ऑफर कर रहे हैं, उनको कुछ डेडिकेट कर रहे हैं अपनी सेवा। तो हमने भी श्री राधा गोविंद गौशाला के द्वारा यहाँ पर एक सुंदर मुहिम चलाई है, जहाँ पर हम यहाँ पर आने वाले दिनों में we have decided to at least contribute 125 श्रीमद् भागवतम सेट to the devotees। तो यहाँ पर, और वो भी डिस्काउंट रेट में आप यहाँ पर इसे प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। तो यदि आप चाहते हैं कि आपके पास अभी श्रीमद् भागवतम नहीं है, तो सर्वप्रथम तो हम आपसे निवेदन करेंगे कि आप इसे जरूर प्राप्त करें। और इसे प्राप्त करने के लिए अभी आप हमें अप्रोच कर सकते हैं। और यदि आपके पास है परंतु आप किसी और को भेंट देना चाहते हैं तो भी आप यहाँ पर इसे कर सकते हैं। और उसके लिए अगेन आप हमें हमारे नंबर पर अप्रोच कर सकते हैं, विच इज 756-754-5555, जिससे कि हम ये श्रील प्रभुपाद की ये जो वाणी है, ये जो उसे हर एक नगर प्रचार में प्रसारित कर सके ये दिव्य ग्रंथों को, जिससे कि उसका जीवन धन्य हो सके। सो हम आशा करेंगे आप सब हमारे साथ में इस श्रील प्रभुपाद की 125वीं सालगिरह में भाग लेंगे, सहयोग करेंगे, जिससे कि हम सब मिलकर इस श्रील प्रभुपाद की इस दिव्य ग्रंथों रत्नों को ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड स्प्रेड करेंगे, जिससे कि लोग लाभान्वित हो सके, अपने जीवन को धन्य कर सके। सो थैंक यू वेरी मच वंस अगेन। आइए हम श्रवण करते हैं हमारी आज की शेष कथा को प्रभु जी की मुखारविंद से। हरे कृष्ण।
मांगी नावन केवट आना कही तुमार में मरम जाना कही तुम्हार में मरम जाना। मांगी नावन केवट आना।
So, Mangi Nav na Kevatu Ana. So, Lord Ram is asking for the boat, and Kevat is denying to come. Why? So, try to understand what actually is happening. Just try to imagine this. The Lord Ram is calling for Kevat to come along with the boat, and Kevat is having an expression, do I know you? I won't get the boat. So it's a situation similar to like that amongst many a people, let's say you're placed and you're speaking and speaking, and that a person appears and say, look, you stop speaking, we know what is running within your heart. We are all aware of that. So it's like, we become completely speechless and clueless. But what does he know? You see, everybody has some or the other secret in their life. So maram, the term maram here means secret. So magi na kevat ana. So when asked for boat, and the kevat is denying to come, and the kevat says, I know your secret. So you see, Kevat has said such a wonderful, such a beautiful thought that I know your essence, I know your secret. Now imagine who in this material world can understand the essence of the Lord? But imagine somebody who rows the boat says that I know your secret, I know your essence, I know what runs inside you. See, I want to establish before you all that it is absolutely impossible to know the essence of the Lord, now the secret of the Lord. So we are attempting to understand the line which is there on your screens, that Kevat is attempting to say that, oh Lord, I know your secret, I know your essence. Who in this material world can ever dare to say that? So if I ask you this question, in order to know the essence and secret of the Lord, then ideally, what is the way out? What path do you have? What way you have that you can go to understand the essence of the Lord, the secret of the Lord?
उनका देहांत हुआ, उनका नाम अमित था।
So it is very unfortunate that with heavy heart that I am announcing that the nephew of Kusumika Mataji, who was a youth, has left his material body. Please let us all join together to pray for the departed soul. Let us chant the Maha Mantra. So what I was telling you, that if you need to understand the Lord, if you need to, catch hold of essence of the Lord, the secret of the Lord, how do we do that? If anyone knows the Lord fully, it is Lord himself. Lord alone can know himself, isn't it? So what is the other way out? That the same God, same Lord has written the Vedas. So in order to be understood, Lord himself went on to write the scriptures and Vedas. Then if we study those Vedas, we can understand the Lord.
उदाहरण के तौर पर
For example,
मान लो कोई बहुत बड़ी कंपनी है,
if there's some big company,
नया नया खोज करते ही रहते हैं ना,
now this company would go on to discover and launch newer and newer products. Let's say they launch a particular new product.
सबसे ज्यादा कौन जानेगा, वो कंपनी वाले
So
जानेंगे,
the new product launched by the company,
हम हमारे घर
who would be best knowing the product? But of course, the company, isn't it?
हमें जानना हो तो
Now, if you go on to buy that product,
के साथ वे कंपनी
so because you're not knowing about that product, the company would also issue you a catalog or a menu with the help of which you can understand what the product is and how it is supposed to be used. Similarly, in the similar fashion,
जानते हैं,
about the Lord, it is Lord alone who knows, isn't it?
वो है वेद,
Or that God
को पढ़ेंगे,
has also given us the manual, which is the Vedas.
दूसरा
By
दृष्टांत,
studying, we would be able to understand the Lord.
छोटा बच्चा है
Now let's come
और उनके
and
पिताजी
understand another example.
में जॉब करते हैं,
Let's say there's a young boy whose father is working elsewhere in some other country.
और बड़ा होकर
The boy is
कहे कि माँ मेरे पिता
gaining age, and now he questions his mother,
वो बच्चा
"Oh mother,
माँ को
who is my father?"
दुनिया में किसी को भी पूछने जाए कि आप बताओगे मेरे
Now, if this boy,
बताओगे मेरे
except his mother,
जीवन बीत जाए,
goes on to shoot this question to somebody else, that who is his father, do you think people would be able to provide the answer? No. But if this boy asks the same question to the mother, immediately he gets the answer, right? Similarly, if we want to understand, if we want to understand completely the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the easiest way available to us is to study the Vedas written by the Lord Himself. So if the Lord is our Father,
भगवान के मर्म को वेदों के द्वारा जाना,
Vedas is the mother. So we can understand the Lord by way of understanding and reading the
तो
Vedas.
क्या वेद
So there can be a question here.
जानते हैं,
So the question that might surface here is, do the Vedas know the Lord fully?
मात्र साधन है वेद,
And the answer is no.
भी मूर्तिमान प्रकट होकर
So
कहते हैं,
Vedas
नेति करी
are one way, one medium to understand the Lord. But if these Vedas were to take a form and appear, these Vedas would say
भी नेति नेति करते रहते हैं कि न इति
that these Vedas themselves say
पहुंच सकते,
that even we are not able to reach the Lord.
पूर्ण रूप से नहीं है,
The glory of the Lord is so huge, far and wide,
वेद भी जिसको नेति नेति कहते हैं,
that we would never ever also be able to reach the Lord.
इसका
So what does this mean?
जो यहाँ पर हम
This means that,
श्लोक पर बोल रहे हैं,
and let us attempt to understand the meaning
में जाना, इसका अर्थ हुआ कि
by the
वेद पढ़ने से
sloka line before us on the screen.
कई बार कुछ लोग बहुत पढ़ते रहते हैं,
That merely by studying the Vedas, we won't be able to understand the law.
शास्त्र पढ़ने से ईश्वर पूर्ण रूप से समझ में नहीं आएंगे,
Only by studying the Shastras, we cannot understand the Lord fully and completely. You can't comprehend the essence of the Lord merely by reading the Vedas.
ये गीता भागवत
I'm sure some of you might be jumping with joy. Oh, great. If Lord cannot be understood by reading the Vedas,
कहा नहीं,
great. Now I will not be required to read the Vedas.
राम स्वरूप तुम्हार वचन
Now let us look at
अकथ अपार नेति
the sloka given on the screens.
निगम माने वेद, वेद जो है
Nigam here means Ved.
नेति करते हैं कि भाई हम नहीं, हमारी पहुंच नहीं है, हमारी पहुंच नहीं है,
Neti Neti means the Vedas say, no, we can't reach the Lord. We can't reach the Lord.
वो वेद हम और आप पढ़ के भगवान के मर्म को केवट
So when the Vedas themselves are saying
तो फिर कुछ लोग कहेंगे
that they cannot reach the Lord,
तो कौन आंखें फोड़ेगा,
then how do we attain the Lord or how do we understand the Lord?
ये समझनी है, इसका अर्थ
So
ये
one
नहीं है
thing
कि हम वेदों
that
को
must be focused upon here is that this should not lead you to set aside the Vedas
हम नहीं जान सकते,
and stop reading them.
तो
The Veda says that yes, we cannot understand the Lord to full extent, but yes, to some extent, we can certainly understand Lord by reading the Vedas. So whatever is the possibility, to that extent we must attempt to reach the Lord. So once it so happened that the two students, two disciples were sitting besides the Guru, and the Guru asked a question: what is the sum of 19 and 23? So one student answered, it's 40. The other said, it's 38. One said 19 plus 23 is 38. The other said it's 40. Then Guruji replied. The Guru said that the one who said 38 is a wrong answer, and the one who said 40 is the right one. Now both the students, when they came out of the room and they cross-checked with the calculator, they said the answer is 42. Now they said that Guruji had given a correct answer to be the one which is not actually a correct answer. Then why did you say that 40 was correct in answer? Then Guruji said, both of you nonetheless were wrong, but because you said 38 was distant to the correct answer, but because he said 40, which is closer to the right answer, that's why it can be considered as the right answer. So similarly, we must study and listen the Vedas, because we might be getting closer to understand the Lord. We will be placed closer to understand the Lord, even if we don't understand the Lord. So now you can make a list that what all does not understand the Lord. Let's say Vedas does not understand the Lord, but for sure, Lakshmanji would certainly be knowing the essence of the Lord, because he had been associated with the Lord like his own shadow. So for sure, such Lakshmanji, who was walking like a shadow to the Lord, would be knowing the essence of the Lord. So the answer is, even Lakshmanji does not understand the Lord, does not know the essence of the Lord. So even the Vedas do not know the essence of the Lord, and so it's also the case with Lakshman. Now, the fact that Lakshmanji does not understand or know the essence of the Lord, what is the evidence? So in Hiranyakand, there is a story which mentions that 12 years had gone by into the forest life. So now Lord Ram is about to exhibit the pastime of killing the demons. And in order to kill the demons, it was very, very important that Maya Sita is to be abducted. So Sita ji had to undergo this sacrifice of being abducted. So at that point of time, the consort of Lord Ram said to Lord Ram that I won't go to Ravan. So Lord Ram said, don't you worry, I will make some arrangement. Lord Ram produced the fire and produced the shadow of Sita Maya from this fire. And it was this shadow of Sita Maya which was abducted by Ravan. So if you can see on your screens, this is what is being said about Lakshmanji. So you see, you get to understand many things out of this Chaupai, that Ravan never actually abducted the real Sita Maya. So Sita Maya abducted by Ravan, was actually the reflection or the shadow of Sita Maya. And this reflection or shadow was exactly like that of Sita Maya. However, Lakshman could not comprehend and understand the essence of this pastime of the Lord. So Ramayana clearly says that even Lakshmanji did not understand this essence, the pastime of the Lord, and he could only perceive and believe whatever Lord had written, Lord wanted in the pastime to be interpreted and comprehended by Lakshman and others. So you see, some people say that we are relatives to the Lord. So is it a short condition that just because you are relatives to the Lord, you will be able to understand the Lord or understand the essence of the Lord? No. So even Lakshmanji was also relative to the Lord, but even he could not understand the essence of the Lord. Now also take another example of the children of Lord Krishna, who had 16,108 wives, and every wife had 10 sons each. Children and the kids of Lord Krishna himself did not understand the essence of Lord Krishna and got engaged in such sinful activities that Lord Krishna himself had to kill his children. So Vedas do not understand. Even Lakshmanji do not understand the essence of the Lord. And this boatman who rows the boat is saying that I understand you fully. Seems quite paradoxical, isn't it? Now you see, Lord Ram was born at Ayodhya, and it was the Ayodhya-vasis who had spent one big chunk of their lives with Lord Ram. So, ideally, Ayodhya-vasis, the people of Ayodhya, should be able to understand the essence of Lord Ram, but still the answer is no. So, even the residents of Ayodhya could not understand the essence of the Lord. So when Lord Ram was born, huge festive times for Ayodhya, wonderful arrangements and festivity was going on. Ramayanji goes on to mention, kindly focus on your screens. All the residents of Ayodhya who were standing there and celebrating the birth of Lord Ram. So almost for a month, the festivities of the birth of Lord Ram continued. So all those people who had been in celebration mode for almost a month could never understand the essence of Lord Ram. Now, Lord Ram starts growing up and he started doing great deeds. He went with Rishi Vishwamitra, killed Tadka, Subahu, Marich, and wonderful, remarkable deeds accomplished by Lord Ram. Went on to construct the bridge over the ocean, killed Ravan and brought back Sita Maya. So, by all such deeds, for sure, the Ayodhya-vasis would have been able to understand the essence of the Lord. But still, these Ayodhya-vasis could not understand the Lord. This means what? This means that it is being said in Ramayanji that when Lord Ram returned to Ayodhya after having killed Ravan, he was meeting each and every Ayodhya Vasi and asking about the well-being. So there were numerous people who wanted to be face to face with Lord Ram. And everyone wanted to meet first of all. So Lord Ram engaged into a wonderful pastime. And Ramayanji says that Lord Ram produced and presented himself in numerous forms, and he started meeting and attending so many people simultaneously. So everyone had the feel that Lord Ram is meeting him firstly than anyone else and asking about my well-being. So Ramayanji goes on to say, and let's focus on the third line. So within some time, Lord Ram went on to meet each and every Ayodhyavasi within the flip of a second. And now this, in Ramayana, this chaupai is being said by Lord Shiva to Parvati Maya. And Lord Shiva says, "O Parvati, O Uma, that Lord Ram is meeting to each and every Ayodhyavasi, and every Ayodhyavasi is having a feel that Lord Ram is meeting that particular Ayodhyavasi first of all than anyone else. This essence could not be understood and comprehended by even a single Ayodhyavasi. And this Kevut, this simple boatman, is saying that I understand your essence, I know you fully. So the fact that Ayodhyavasis do not understand the essence of the Lord, what does this signify? That merely by staying close to the God, near to the God, does not mean that it is an assurance you will understand the essence of the Lord. So you see, sometimes when we are jealous of some people or that there is a competitor to us and that we are given the opportunity to do Aarti of the Lord, so we exhibit it out to the other person that, look, I have been given a great opportunity of serving the Lord and I would end you to the finish. But the fact is, just because that you stay closer to the Lord or serve, being closely associated with the Lord, you'll be able to understand the essence of the Lord? And the answer is no. So another reference comes that, okay, if Vedas do not know, if Ayodhyavasis do not know, if Lakshmanji do not know, but for sure, Lord Shiva would be in a position for sure that he would be able to understand the essence of the Lord. Why? Because he always focuses on chanting the name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Unfortunately, again, the answer is no. Valmiki ji in his Ramayana has gone on to break open all the clues for Lord Shiva very nicely in Ramayana. So when Lord Ram enters into the ashram of Rishi Valmiki, sage Valmiki,
हरति करुणा निधान की। वाल्मीकि ऋषि भगवान
Rishi
राम
Valmiki welcomes Lord Ram and extending the warm greetings and welcome. Lord Ram stays for a day at the ashram, and Lord Ram addresses Rishi Valmiki and says, "O sage, you understand me fully. Please advise me, where should I be staying? Because you understand me, because you know me, you know my essence." Then sage Valmiki said a very beautiful thing which is there on your screens.
वाल्मीकि ऋषि कहते हैं, जगू पे खन तुम देख निहारे। प्रभु आप ये क्या कह रहे हैं?
Valmiki ji says, "O Prabhu, O Lord,
आप दृष्टा हो,
what saying are you?
जग पे खन तुम देख निहारे, विधि हरि शंभु नचाव निहारे। आप विधि माने विधाता माने ब्रह्मा, ब्रह्मा और शिव को नचाने वाले तो आप हो प्रभु।
Oh Lord, what are you saying? You, the one upon whose tunes Lord Shankar and Lord Brahma dances. So Tehu na jane marmu tumhara. Valmiki ji says that Brahmaji and Shiva do not understand you, do not know your essence, then how is it possible that I can understand your sense, can understand you? That's just impossible. So what is being said here is that the essence of whom is unknown even to Brahmaji and Lord Shiva, and this Kevad is saying that he understands the essence of the Lord and he understands the Lord. Now let us go further. Let's go into Srimad Bhagavatam. So Bhishma Pitama is on the bed of arrows. Yudhishthir goes to Bhishma Pitama and makes a request. Bhishma Pitama responds to Yudhishthir and says, "O Yudhishthir, in this world, there is not even a single person who can understand the plan of the Lord. O Yudhishthir, it is just impossible in this world that there can be a person who can understand the essence of the Lord, who can understand the plans and schemes of the Lord." Yudhishthir answers to Bhishma Pitama that somebody might have attempted to understand the essence of the Lord, to which Bhishma Pitama replied that yes, some people attempted, and those who attempted went on to become the poets in the love of the Lord. But here we have this Kevat who is claiming that I understand all the schemes of the Lord, the essence of the Lord. So, where are we revolving in our Katha? That there is a claim by Kevat that he understands the essence of the Lord, the schemes of the Lord, the plans of the Lord. But in Vedic scriptures, we have evidence wherein it is being claimed that nobody is able to understand the Lord. Now, if I ask you, have you ever been to hell? The answer is no, because all of you appear to me like demigods. Perhaps it is me alone who has been to hell. So sometimes people say, out of curiosity, that Prabhu, explain us something about hell, as if their assumption is that I have just come from the hell. But let me, to pacify the curiosity, let me share this with you that there are pravachans going on in hell also. Then who is the audience? Yamraj ji does the pravachan, and the ambassadors of Yamraj ji listens to such pravachans. There is a context in Srimad Bhagavatam in the 6th skand and the 13th chapter, 14th and 15th sloka. In hell, Yamraj ji is doing the pravachan. So the ambassadors of Yamraj ji wanted to leave their job, that you have no value in the world, and that's the reason, we don't want to do this job. Yamraj ji says, okay, wait, what is a query? That we want to know who is God, because you don't seem to have the powers of God. So Yamraj answers, see, I am not God, I am not Lord, it is Krishna who is himself the Lord. And nobody is actually able to know the essence of the Lord fully.
सीधी आपके सामने।
So this is what is being shared by Yamraji to his ambassadors in hell. Yamraji goes on to say what is there before you on the screens.
निवृत्ति प्रचेता सोमग्निरीश पवनो विरंचि आदित्य विश्वे वसवोथ साध्या मरुद्गणा रुद्रगणा ससीधा। यमराज के दूत कहते हैं प्रभु आप भी भगवान के बारे में नहीं जानते। बोले मैं तो पहला नंबर मेरा है।
So the ambassadors and the associates of Yamraji says that, oh Yamraj, even you do not understand the Lord? Yamraji says, no, even I don't understand the essence of the Lord. And this is the same essence which is being claimed by Kevod that he understands the Lord. So Yamraji denies that he does not understand the essence of the Lord. Mahendra means Indradev. Even Indra does not understand the essence of the Lord. Then the next is Nivritti. If Nivritti doesn't know, so is also the case with Pracheta, who does not understand the essence of the Lord. So Pracheta is Varun Dev, also does not understand the essence of the Lord. Even the moon does not understand the essence of the Lord. So is the case with Agni of fire. Ish means Lord Shiva. Shiva also does not understand the essence of the Lord. And so is also the case with wind. Even wind does not understand the essence of the Lord. Viranchi, the last word in the first line. Viranchi means Lord Brahma, that even Lord Brahma does not understand the essence of the Lord. But ironically, Kevat is claiming that he knows and understands the essence of the Lord. So in the second line, it says, the sun also does not understand the essence of the Lord. Next is Vishwe. It means Vishwasu. Then the 8 Vasus. Even Vasus do not understand the essence of the Lord. Then comes Sadhya. Those who are meditating upon the name of the Lord, even they do not understand the essence of the Lord. Even the Lord of wind does not understand the essence of the Lord. Even the 11 Rudras of Lord Shiva do not understand the essence of the Lord.
और फिर आगे कहते हैं
Further it is said, Sasiddha, the residents of the Siddhalok, even they do not understand the essence of the Lord. In the next shloka, and others also, and who others like? Even Marichi, Kashyap, such saints, such rishis also do not understand the essence of the Lord. Even the king of the demigods, Indra, does not understand the essence of the Lord. Even the rishis like Bhrigu do not understand the Lord. Now, what is the significance of all this? all those people whom we have talked about who do not understand the essence of the Lord are the people who stay in the sattvic element. But despite the fact that they're constantly in the sattvic element, do not understand the essence of the Lord. While on the other hand, we have the Skevit who says that he fully understands the essence of the Lord. Kahi tumar marmu mein jaan.
तो केवट कहता है कि प्रभु मैं
So Kevit says that, "Oh Lord, I understand the essence of you."
समझने वाली बात यह है
So what we must understand over here is,
वेद ही भगवान का मर्म नहीं जान सकते
when the Vedas themselves do not understand the essence of the Lord,
संबंधी होकर लक्ष्मण जी यश नहीं जान सकते
even Lakshman ji, who is the brother to Lord Ram, is not able to understand the Lord. Even Lord Shiva, who is constant devotion and dedication to Lord, do not understand the Lord. And even the people staying on the streets of Ayodhya.
को यदि जानना है तो कोई उपाय है
So Kevat was able to understand the essence of the Lord. Now the question is, if you and me, people like you and me, want to understand the essence of the Lord, then how do we do it? So if you want to understand that, and it's a
भगवान का मर्म नहीं जान
very
सकते,
deep
एक
thing,
चीज हो जाए तो आप
but
Zoom पर घर बैठे
on one condition, you would be able to understand the essence of the Lord staying at your houses on Zoom platform. And what is the evidence of this? Just before you on your screens.
कौन जान सकता है
So who can know the Lord? Who can understand the essence of the Lord? So ye jane.
जानत तुम हहि तुम हो ही जाई तुम्हारी कृपा तुम ही रघुनंदन तुम्हारी कृपा तुम ही रघुनंदन जान ही भगत भगत पूर चंदन जान ही भगत भगत पूर चंदन बहुत बड़ी राज की बात खुल रही है
So this is one of the top secret which is being revealed.
आधे घंटे से मैं लिस्ट दे रहा था
So you see, look back at the huge list of great people and personalities who still do not understand the strength of the Lord.
भगवान के
So
मर्म को
only such a person can know the essence of the Lord. And who is that person? A
भगवान
person
जिसको जनाना चाहते हैं वही
for whom Lord would himself will that he must understand the Lord.
समझ में आ रही है बात
So whomsoever would Lord pick that he or she
यदि
should understand the essence of the Lord. So depending upon whether the Lord wants him to be understood in terms of essence by somebody, only such a person can understand the essence of the Lord.
अन्यथा कोई व्यक्ति कितना भी माथापच्ची करे
So rest a person, come what may he do, he won't be able to understand the essence of the Lord.
जब तक
So
भगवान नहीं
only
तब तक
in the case when Lord himself wills that he be understood by a particular person, only such a person can understand the essence of the Lord.
मर्म को जान सकता है देहु जनाई जिसको भगवान जनाना चाहते हैं बाकी मर जाएगा तो नहीं जान पाएगा और बहुत अच्छी बात
Now, a very beautiful thing that will strike a chord in your heart.
भगवान को जान गया
So the question is, the one who has understood the essence of the Lord, the one who has understood the Lord, what does he do?
जानत तुम ही तुम हो जाई
So the one who has understood the Lord once, forever, he actually goes on to become a part of the Lord and goes on to be of the Lord. Now that person shall never belong to anyone else, but only to the Lord. Sometimes some people claim that I know Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Katha, Pravachans. So even if such persons who claim that they know everything, then ideally what should be happening, that if you know so much things, you will yourself now belong to the Lord. So you shall yourself belong to Lord once you understand the Lord. So let's focus on the second line. That, oh Lord, only such a person who goes on to enjoy mercy and blessings of yours shall be able to understand your essence. Look at Kevat, who has got the mercy and blessing of the Lord, can go on to claim that he understands Lord. And you see, in our Gaudiya Math, the one who has understood the essence of the Lord can simply cannot go on to avoid not becoming closer to Lord or being belonging to the Lord. All the Vidya or knowledge is a feminine gender. So who's the husband of Vidya? It is Lord Krishna and the name of Lord Krishna. So it's like if you have Vidya or knowledge, but that there is no Krishna, then this knowledge is useless. If we want to ensure that this knowledge of ours must become eternal and immortal, it is important that one must attempt to understand the Lord. So only such a person can understand the essence of the Lord who has been chosen by the Lord himself. And the moment a person understands the Lord, the essence of the Lord, he would now only belong to the Lord. So in this way, we can understand the Lord and get on to understand the essence of the Lord. So let's assume that if a question is being asked to Kevat, so by serving the Lord, you can go on to understand the essence of the Lord. But then, if it is said that only because of and by way of mercy and blessings of the Lord, we can understand the essence of the Lord, then how do we get the mercy and blessings of the Lord? And then the answer is tomorrow in the evening, you'll get the answer to this question. So I extend my heartfelt thanks to each one of you who have spent wonderful time in listening to this katha. So we will continue from here tomorrow. So let me just give you a recap. What would be happening tomorrow? Lord Ram would agree, but then immediately Lakshmanji would step in and say, okay, if you understand the essence of the Lord, tell me, what do you know? So Kevat would reply, I know tens and tens of secrets of your brother. Now, Lakshmanji would go on to claim, okay, then you speak up. What all secrets do you know? What all essence do you understand about Lord? So all the secrets would be unveiled tomorrow by Kevat. So we will try to understand 10 important ones mentioned by Kevat, and then we will move further. So special thanks to the Patni family and also the departed souls, Damji Bhai, Dadi Mataji, and the families who are staying in 3 different countries.
ऐसे पूर्वजों ने सेवा की है, सुकृति की है, भक्ति की है, तब जाकर आज उनका यह परिवार एक साथ बैठ
So such sweet souls have performed wonderful devotion and service, and because of their efforts, all the members of the extended family are engaged in such pious activities. So I extend my heartfelt thanks to each one of you, my humble obeisances to each one of you. So let's bring a close to the session and we shall meet tomorrow.